Have you ever wondered about the limits of faith? Imagine a path to enlightenment that involves confronting the deepest human taboos. A path where death is not an end, but a beginning. This isn't a story from a horror film. This is a real spiritual practice, followed by a group of ascetics in India. They believe that to truly find God, one must see divinity in everything, including decay and death itself. These individuals are known as the Aghori. Their world is one of smoke-filled cremation grounds, of chanting mantras through the long nights, and of rituals that would make most people deeply uncomfortable. They live on the fringes of society, both physically and metaphorically. Their practices are extreme, but behind these acts lies a complex and profound philosophy. It is a philosophy that asks us to question our own judgments and our own fears about the world. We will walk into their world, the cremation grounds of Varanasi, and listen to their stories. The Aghori challenge our perceptions of purity and pollution, of good and evil, and even of life and death itself. Are you ready to explore this unsettling, yet fascinating spiritual path? The story of the Aghori is not just about their shocking rituals. It is a story about the human search for meaning. This is just the beginning. Lifting the veil in Varanasi, the Aghori are a small, often misunderstood sect of Hindu ascetics. Their spiritual lineage traces back to a 17th century ascetic named Baba Kinaram. The Aghori see Shiva as their primary deity. Shiva, in Hindu mythology, is a complex figure. He is both the creator and the destroyer. The Aghori seek to imitate Shiva's transcendent nature, to rise above the dualities of good and evil, pleasure and pain, beauty and filth. Their most well-known home is the ancient city of Varanasi, also known as Kashi. The city's riverbanks are lined with ghats, or steps, many of which are used as open-air cremation grounds. Their appearance is often striking and intended to be so. They smear their bodies with ash from human cremations, which they believe protects them from disease and helps them focus their spiritual energy. They live a life of extreme asceticism, renouncing family, home, and all worldly attachments. Their path is a radical one, a direct and confrontational assault on the ego and the conditioned mind. Let us address the most shocking practice associated with the Aghori, the ritual consumption of human flesh. This is not something they do casually, nor is it a part of their daily diet. It is a deeply symbolic and rare ritual. The practice is known as post-mortem cannibalism, meaning they only consume flesh from corpses that have already been declared dead. For the Aghori, this act is the ultimate expression of their philosophy of non-duality. Their core belief is that everything in the universe is a manifestation of the divine. By consuming human flesh, the one thing most societies consider the ultimate taboo, they are demonstrating their complete rejection of human-made distinctions. It is an act designed to destroy the ego's sense of revulsion and attachment. The human skull, or kapala, is often used as their ritual bowl for both food and drink. This serves as a constant, visceral reminder of the impermanence of life. This ritual is not performed by all who call themselves Aghori, and it is done very infrequently even by those who do. The goal is not the act itself, but the state of mind it produces. For the Aghori, it is the final frontier of spiritual practice, a test of their devotion to seeing the divine in all things. During my time in Varanasi, I sought out these enigmatic figures. One Aghori I spoke with, his eyes clear and his voice calm amidst the chaos of the burning ghats, shared his perspective. People see us and they feel fear, he told me, gesturing towards a nearby funeral pyre. This, he said, holding up his hands, is not about being scary. It is about destroying fear within myself. Another man, a local boatman, spoke of the Aghori with a mixture of respect and caution. We see them every day, he explained, his voice low. They keep to themselves mostly. It is better to leave them alone, to give them respect from a distance. public perception of the Aghori in India is, well, deeply divided. For many mainstream Hindus, the Aghori are unsettling figures who operate outside the bounds of acceptable religious practice. Their rituals, especially those involving death, are seen as a violation of sacred traditions. They're often viewed with suspicion and fear, their presence on the fringes of society just reinforcing their status as outsiders. However, this fear is often mixed with a grudging sense of reverence. The Aghori are also seen by some as possessing immense spiritual power, or siddhis. This duality is honestly fascinating. For foreign tourists and spiritual seekers, the Aghori often represent the exotic, mystical other of India. This external gaze can be problematic, reducing a complex spiritual tradition to a spectacle. A day in the life of an Aghori is not all shocking rituals. Actually, it's, for the most part, a life of quiet contemplation and disciplined practice. Their day often begins long before sunrise, around 3 or 4 in the morning. They will often begin by bathing, sometimes in the cold waters of the Ganges, which is a ritual of purification. Afterwards, they engage in long hours of meditation and chanting mantras. Their community structure is pretty loose. While some Aghori live in small groups in ashrams, many are solitary wanderers. They might share a simple meal, often consisting of whatever food has been given to them as alms. Their possessions are few: a water pot, a piece of cloth, and perhaps their ritual kapala, the human skull bowl. Their daily life, stripped of all non-essentials, is a powerful testament to their commitment. To truly understand the Aghori, we must look past their actions and into their core philosophy, Advaita Vedanta, or non-duality. This school of Hindu philosophy posits that the individual soul, or Atman, is not separate from the ultimate reality, or God, Brahman. The Aghori take this philosophy to its most radical and literal conclusion. If everything is God, then nothing can be impure or unholy. To break free, the Aghori believe they must actively embrace the things that society has labeled as bad or polluting. This is why they live in cremation grounds, cover themselves in ash from the dead, and perform rituals that others find repulsive. The Aghori's method is to confront the darkness directly, to embrace it, and to realize that it, too, is a part of the divine. By doing so, they believe the darkness loses its power over them. This is why their path is not for everyone. It requires an extraordinary level of mental and spiritual fortitude. What leads a person to renounce everything, family, home, career, and social standing, to walk such an extreme and lonely path? For some, the journey begins with a profound personal tragedy. For others, the call is more of a spiritual one, a deep-seated yearning for liberation that has been with them from a young age. The process of becoming an Aghori is not simple. Ultimately, the choice to become an Aghori is a deeply personal and transformative one. We have journeyed to the cremation grounds of Varanasi. The Aghori are not simple monsters from a campfire story. They are practitioners of a complex and ancient spiritual tradition. Their path is a shocking, unsettling, and powerful rebellion against our most deeply ingrained beliefs about life, death, and what it means to be pure. The most surprising truth may not be what the Aghori do, but why they do it. Their journey is not one of darkness, but a search for an all-encompassing light. This exploration is only a glimpse into their world. The story of the Aghori is deep, layered, and continues to evolve. What we can take away is a profound question. What are the limits of our own acceptance?